Yeah, so again, this is their latest review from Mobwise, and a big shout out to Big Ange. Rest in peace to her and condolences to her family. So, uh, I just wanted to say that first. Now please enjoy the review. Alright guys, so I do have to apologize. This is coming up late, so again I apologize. This is the review for Mob Wives Season 6, Episode 8. Cut both ways. So yeah, I'm going to do this episode in order that I feel like it'll flow best, not necessarily just scene by scene. So we're going to start off with Renee. Renee is having the issue of AJ's back at home, but AJ is still... I'm like, okay, AJ is right around my age. Maybe he's 1 year younger or whatever. But AJ's essentially has this still mentality of he's going to do whatever he wants, and he knows that Renee has his back in the sense that she'll go and pay for something if he needs it. Prime example, he still keeps getting those parking tickets. Remember those parking tickets that always kept piling up, and it's just like violation, moving violation after moving violation? I'm like, okay, at this point, it's a little bit too much. I know you're in New York, so that is to be expected. That's almost borderline the norm, but he also even got a ticket for public indecency because he was taking a piss out in public. And so, thankfully, that's all it was, because we know how bad those charges can get. Thankfully, there were no kids around, because legally, I think you will have had to register as a sex offender or something like it. The law gets crazy sometimes. Very crazy sometimes. So, after that, he's like, look, Ma, I love you, but he needs to get a hobby. So that's what she does. She takes up dancing, and I think it's like a combination of ballroom / salsa, or maybe it's just salsa dancing. And Renee was a dancer before, so professional dancer, professional legal dancer. She went to school and everything for it. So, cause I know how some of you guys' minds work. So, well, yeah. So she goes and does that. And, she's pretty good. And the guy was like, you need to trust me. It's like, look, I don't trust anyone. You clearly don't know me, because I don't trust anyone. He's like, all right, look, well, I'm going to do this on a case-by-case basis. How about that? I'm going to prove to you that you can trust me enough to lead and make sure that everything's right and I won't drop you. She's like, all right, I got my eye on you. And everything works out, and it's cute to see. It's nice to see Renee in a more relaxed state, because all these previous seasons, I mean, she was going through it, and I was like, it was getting really crazy at one point. So we have a situation where Karen goes and meets up with Brittany, because Brittany and Karen never fully got to talk about how things are going with their relationship. The issue with their relationship is that because of the issues with Ashley and Marissa, it's causing Karen and with Brittany and Marissa, it's causing Karen to have issues with Brittany as well, even though it's really not necessary. And so Brittany's just like, you know what, let's just bury the hatchet. And they do so. Well, they kind of, but then Brittany goes and spouts off about how, Drita was saying that you ain't ish, as far as Lee didn't want you, and you were the reason for this, you were the reason for that. Long story short, look, I'm not doing this case by case. I'm going to make this really quick and easy. Alright, so you have Karen on one side, you have Drita on the other. Karen saying how, look, how in the hell is this chick saying that it was me who said that, me as in Drita saying that Karen said that she was told the guys to go and work it out type of thing, even though legally the guys shouldn't be talking to each other. So Karen's like, look, I don't want your husband. I don't want your husband. You've been obsessed with me. I don't have an issue with you. And then Karen goes into detail. Karen's just like, you know what? How dare you come out of your mouth? My father welcomed you as his son. And you know what you did? You ran away with your tail in between your legs because you were afraid of the fact that we were really about this life and you were a wannabe gangsta. And so you went to Arizona with me and then flew your ass right back to Staten Island because you couldn't take the heat. So how dare you go and try to say that, I'm this and I'm that when you're a punk. And I'm like, okay, Karen, Karen, where's Storm? You're going to need Storm because it's about to get real. It's about to get real. And so Drita's on the other side just like, Karen, 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 I can't freaking stand that woman. She's obsessed with my husband and I'm going to go and kick her ass and I'm going to bleepity bleep, bleepity bleep, 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 bleep. He don't think you ish. And I mean, Drita was going off for 40 days and 50 nights. And again, this is Brittany going to both sides and starting stuff. Brittany clearly is the type that she just wants to put it all out there. So I'm not blaming her. This isn't her fault. The women had issues and it was really unresolved issues. And so they're finally coming out. That's all it really is. So, but I mean, Karen was going in. She was calling Leah punk and I'm just like, oh Lord, Karen. Karen. Karen, come on. No, Karen, no, don't do it. You're doing a little bit too much. Just keep your issues with the, what do you call it? With the men. I mean, the men's issue with the men, the women's issues with the women. Because when you go and you cross those lines about, God, fix it, Jesus. Ange doesn't need this. We already know that. Shout out to Big Ange. That's how I actually should start the video. I'm going to put that in the very beginning. But yeah, shout out to Big Ange. We already know that she passed away. So rest in peace. And this episode was great because we got to see another side of her that we haven't seen for a moment during the season. Where she actually got to be just happy and full of life because they took her to this drawing class. And, you know, it's a drawing where you have the new model. And the new model will go take off all of his or her clothing. And then you have to draw what you see. And Big Ange was having a field day. I mean, she took the guy's towel off. At one point, she bent all the way down and was throwing it back. I was like, you know what, Big Ange? Go for it. Oh, yeah. And also, she's temporarily reconciled with her husband. Because he's just like, I love you. And you need me right now. I want to be there and you need me. Come on now. Come on now. And we know she kicked him out because she's frustrated. I don't know about the financial situation. I'm sure she was a breadwinner and then she was expecting him to be able to compensate since she doesn't have the bar anymore and all the other things that are going on, the medical bills. But he hasn't been able to do so. And that, of course, stressed her out. But it was just really nice to see Big Ange just so happy and full of life. But it was scary because she went in and her husband was there and they were just like, we're going to have to operate and we think we're also going to have to do some chemo. And I was like, no, because they have to remove part of the lung. And I'm just like, oh, Big Ange, Big Ange, Big Ange. She was like, I want to be there for my grandchildren and for my children and for my family. And I'm just so afraid because you never know. It's just like, it could be the end. This could be the last time. It was like, oh, and it was. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm actually glad this is the last season because all of this is just foolishness. But anyway, so you have Karen, Renee, and Carla sit down with Marissa and they're just trying to get their story straight. It's like, okay, so Marissa, what did you say to Drita for her to interpret what she interpreted? It's like, look, I never said that Karen was the one who said that that the rumor was going around that OZ talked to Lee. And it's true, Marissa never said that. It was Drita who said that it was Karen. It had to be Karen. I was just like, Drita, you're mad, you're being petty right now. Stop it. Stop it. So next week, I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, but we know these women are going to blow up. We know they're going to lose it. And it's really sad for me to say this, but I can't wait for that. I really can't because I remember when they scrapped the first time, so I'm ready. I'm ready for them to just scrap one more time and get it out of their systems because this is immature. At this point, really don't want to see grown women fighting. That's not, come on, I don't even want to see women my age fighting. So why do I want to see some grown women fighting with kids and families? Let me know what you think. I'm sorry if this review wasn't what you expected or if it was a switch up from my usual, but with Big Ange being gone, it just feels weird even doing a review.